Welcome, everyone. My name is Brenda Selden, and welcome to the weekly Travelers from the Stars Message and Healing Circle. Every Wednesday night at 7:30 p.m. Eastern, I will be channeling a message from the travelers, and then that will be followed by a period of healing energies from them. And my name is Brenda Selden. I'm a channeler. I'm also an experiencer. I have been in contact with the travelers since 2013, and it continues to this day. And we work in partnership, whereby I transmit their messages of hope and healing for humanity along with their healing energies. I have also been documenting them since 2017, and I have many photographs and videos, and each week I try to share another photograph or video whose energies align with the message of that night. And so later on, I will be showing the one I picked for tonight. So this morning, the travelers came to me, and I got the message that we would be talking about the concept of higher purpose. And so tonight, we'll be asking the travelers to go ahead and speak to us about that. We are the travelers. We welcome you here. We are overjoyed to meet each and every human that joins us at this time. We are beings of incalculable eons in age. To your kind, we may appear as immortals, but we are not. We have transcended the physical form and exist only as energy forms. And so, in our long history, we have experienced and acted upon incalculable number of experiences. You may say that we have run the gamut of the experiences that one may have, first in physical form, then in energy form, until at last we began to see that the only reality there is the reality of acting and living from a higher purpose. Like yourselves, we began as physical beings, and we have told Brenda a bit of our history, that we were a warring civilization and brought our kind to near extinction due to the fighting amongst ourselves. And we had a turning point, and we will discuss that at a future time. But at that turning point, we decided to transcend the need to war. And we worked very hard to resist the urge to hate, resist the urge to own property, to own one another. And by that, we do not refer merely to the concept of slavery, for we had gone through that as well. Those that were not of the warring class were much like your serfs of your medieval history. And those that were captured in the wars were below the serfs and were indeed treated like slaves if they were allowed to live. And so it took us an immeasurable amount of time to truly transcend the need to war and to own. And after that, we began to refine those concepts and release them from the more subtler levels of existence, so that we went from physical warring to releasing the need to argue and the need to be divisive amongst ourselves. We then continued on to release the need to own one another, the need to, how shall we say, even with your concept of love, at times we understand that in love there can be ownership, that in love there can be war through jealousy and through other such emotions. And so once again, we work to refine ourselves and release these subtler, more negative emotions from our kind. And again, it took an incalculable number of years, if you were to think of it as years. And so from there, we continued on until we were able to see that in becoming energy being, there was no need to acquire anything of the material nature. There was no need to acquire anything for sustenance, as living in the form of energy, we are able to sustain ourselves with very little need to feed ourselves with additional sustenance, with additional energy. We do not lose very much of our energies over time. And the little that we take is very minuscule and occurs over a very long period of time. So that, barring this need, we were able to turn our attention as a whole to the idea of the higher purpose. And so, not needing for anything else, we began first to help one another, and then we extended that help to others within our galaxy. And then we began to go further, reach each grouping, each clan, each family, as you will. We have spoken of this before, that we exist in what we call pods. And our minimum number is 9 within each pod. And that number can rise up into the thousands. And so each pod decided for themselves what civilization to help. And we chose those that were on the cusp of or had begun to explore the universe at large, the world, beyond their own worlds, so that even if they had not yet begun to explore and inhabit other planets, even within their own system, because they were ready to start doing so, it would make it easier to it would make it easier for us to introduce ourselves and create less of a tumultuous connection. For you are not the only planet where the beings of that civilization have mistrust or do not believe that other beings exist beyond our own kind, beyond our own planet. And so we have come upon this experience time and time again. And that is why we began to visit your planet over 25,000 years ago. But it is only recently that we have decided to truly connect to you as ourselves and to show ourselves through the documentation that Brenda creates through her picture taking and videos. And so our higher purpose is to travel to other worlds, to help those beings ready themselves to leave their planets and to join the greater galactic family, as you will. And each being in their own way carries genetic material that over time has evolved to allow those beings to follow the path of transcending their physical forms, allow those beings to truly connect with each other and with all beings in the universe, to allow those beings to, as we call it, work with the energies of the universe, creating them, manipulating them, as in manually shifting and changing them. We understand that our use of the word manipulation brings up in Brenda immediately the idea of deceit. But no, we mean manually changing and working with that energy to change it from one state of being into another. And all beings in all universes carry this, except that each civilization, in their own form of genetic material, evolves at a differing speed. And so when we deem that civilization ready with our healing energies, which are in fact technologies that we have created over time, not only do we try and help each being help release their highest ability to heal on all levels, but also to quicken the process of this evolutionary path. But each being that accepts our healing energies, for we only do this by permission, will experience their own journey, their own speed of evolution. And they will find that with each healing, more and more beings will come together, for we are releasing your psychic abilities to interconnect with one another telepathically and to create energetically. And each one of you holds gifts that are unique to you. And as these gifts unfold with our healing, it is our hope and it is our belief, for we hold much faith in the human race, even though these times may seem dark to you. For we have been like you or worse. Sadly, we must admit, and we have seen worse. And yet, we, the travelers and other beings on other worlds, have transcended their darkest times to rise up into the light and to express their full forms of perfection. For all of you are perfect, and if you can and will see that, then naturally you will drop away all need, all desire for anything that is not, as it is said on your world, that of the light and of love. And so with that, Brenda shall share the photograph that has been chosen. And we shall begin the healing. No, that is. And it might take Brenda 1 second because it's the first time Brenda's using this app to stream. But I think I've gotten further than I've gotten in the last few months. Okay. Brenda shall choose another picture. And so we shall begin the healing, and we shall try for the photographs next week. My apologies. It's the first time I'm using an app called Melon, and I thought this part would be obvious, but learning curve. Okay. What I'll do is I will add the photograph to the comments. Right now, if you're joining me, the travelers ask, if you are new to this, that you give them permission to receive their healing energies. And they ask that in addition to the healing that will enable all of you to align your energy bodies so that you may truly receive directly and fluidly and easily their healing energies and all the energies of the higher energies of the universe. They ask that you let them know if there is need of healing in your physical body in any specific area, and if there is any need for healing of the mind and the heart. And by that they mean any mental thoughts in your heart, any emotional issues, any mental issues. And they also say that if there is a challenge in your life, a situation, a relationship, or a situation, it could be with anything. It could be with anything. Any situation that is giving you a hard time, that is making you sad, that is making you angry, that is making you afraid, to please let them know about it. And what they will do is they will work with the energies of that so that the energies of your situation will align to the energies of the universe that will help to transmute your situation, change it into something completely different and positive. So I shall begin, but as I'm doing the healing, I'm holding space and channeling. I'm not doing anything. They're coming in. You're going to see me move around a little bit because I am going to try to get the picture on. Okay, so the healing, they said the healing has begun. The travelers just reminded me to relax my shoulders and let them drop naturally so that the chest is open rather than the shoulders being tightened together and constricting the chest area, so that the heart remains open to receiving. For we know, and they know too, that the heart is the center for our body's reception of receiving of energies. Our heart receives and sends throughout our body where it is needed. And they are also showing me the trees. Oftentimes when I take photographs, the energies of the travelers are traveling in and around the trees. And they have told me that the trees act as antennas, bringing in their energies, and through their roots distribute the healing energies of the travelers throughout the earth. For not only have they come for us, but they have also come for the earth to help Mother Earth and all her children. And you may or may not be feeling this, but it is a common sensation during healing with the travelers to feel the energies traveling through the soles of your feet. There may be a sensation of a vibratory sensation, a buzziness even within your feet. And that is a common entry point for their healing energies. At other times, you may feel it coming in through the top of your head, the crown chakra. But the soles of your feet as entryways for their energies is a very common experience, much like the roots of the trees. And in fact, saying this, I am putting two things together, that if the trees act as antennas, bringing in and anchoring in their energies into the earth, then when we receive their energies, we feel it coming up through our feet, then in reality we are receiving the energies that have been distributed by the trees, the travelers' energies distributed by them. When we feel the energies coming in through our crown chakra, we are receiving the energies directly from the travelers. In both ways, we are receiving their energies, and from them, there is a slight distinction. They say that at times, the more gentler way is through the feet. And when there is a need for that individual or that group to receive a more intense or stronger form of their energies, it will come directly to them through their crown chakras. And the vibration aspect will be more intense. And I have photographs that I will show in another video where, much like the effects of electrostatic energy, a few of my hairs are standing up at the top of my head, or even at one time, a lot of my hair was sticking up and sticking out as from electrostatic energy. And that was when I was receiving their energies in a more intense, stronger level of energy. And they wanted me to share this information with you while the healing was happening. They wish for you all to understand and be masters of your own healing, masters and mistresses. They also want to be clear that in their civilization there are no genders, no sexes. They try to use the correct terms of that world, but they say that if they ever use a term that is incorrect, upsetting, or insulting, to please correct them. And you may say it to them directly, or you may say it to them through me. They also say that we are on the path of transcending any need for genders or sexes. And because this healing will begin to awaken the higher energies that you carry, I ask that you ask yourself at this time, what is my higher purpose? And allow that phrase to settle within you and to ripple throughout you. What is my higher purpose? What am I here to do? How have I come to help? And these are very important questions at this time. Very urgent, in fact. They are showing me at a pivotal time in our history. And the answers to these questions can lead us out into the light. Each of us can lead us out of the darkness and into the light by asking ourselves these questions and by sitting still, listening, and feeling what is happening. What are we hearing? What are we feeling inside us? For this answer does not come from anywhere else but from within us. Rest assured, each of us carries their own unique answer, and each being, their unique gift is needed on this journey. No single individual nor any single group can lead us into the light. And we say us, we include ourselves because, my dear friends, we are all connected to one another, whether we know it or not. And so your actions ripple out throughout the universe. And in the end, we must all walk together on this path, for there is no other way. And we have faith that your kind will do so. Much, much great faith and much, much great love in your kind. For we see the light shining in each of you. And it is bright, and it is wondrous, and it is beautiful. Thank you. Thank you, dear ones. And please come back again. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. And I hope to see you next Wednesday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern. This is Brenda Selden. Be well.